When it comes to trading, guys, the reality is that most traders will lose money, and it's not necessarily because their strategy is bad. It's normally because they've not tested it out properly. So before you take your next trade, ask yourself, have I back tested this idea? If not, you're trading blind, but with proper back testing, you're trading smart. Based on a sponsor of this video, Forex Tester Online, I'll show you how you can effectively do your own back testing in order to gather enough data to suggest that you are actually onto a winning strategy. Just be sure to stick around till the end of the video where I'll be giving you a special offer from the team at Forex Tester Online. Backtesting is the process of applying your trading strategy to historical price data to see how it would have performed in the past. So why is this so important, guys? What I'm about to do is explain to you the 4 key reasons why you should be backtesting and how this would benefit you. So the first reason why it's beneficial to backtest, guys, is proof of concept. This is where the importance of backtesting comes in. Backtesting will show whether or not your strategy would work without you risking money. Reason number 2, traders, it's a confidence builder. When you see your system perform consistently on past data, this will naturally give you more confidence to stick to it during live trading. Number 3, it will identify weaknesses. Backtesting will help you spot flaws in your strategy. Now, this is where Forex Tester Online really shines above its competitors. They have a massive emphasis on data analytics. So there's a unique analytical tool feature, which I will be showing you guys later into the video. And what it basically does is identify your strengths and weaknesses in your trading, and then it suggests how you could improve on those weaknesses to turn them into a strength in order to become a better trader. Number 4, risk management. It reveals your average win and loss, so you know what risk to expect. And once again, this is where the analytical tool comes into play with Forex Tester Online. All the data is there. It will give you all the necessary information to help you to determine what is the most appropriate risk for your account. So guys, what we're about to do is open a new project using Forex Tester Online, and what I'm going to be doing is backtesting a particular entry type which you guys often hear me refer to during the live streams. That is the interruption candle entry. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to be showing you the unique features Forex Tester Online has to offer, which makes it stand out above its competitors. Now, straight off the back, guys, what we can see here, we have this very unique feature, the prop challenge. So what you can do is you can literally click on the prop firm challenge and you can test your strategy out against the parameters of a particular prop firm. Now, you can adjust it according to the parameters of whatever prop firm challenge you are willing or trying to take. And it's a good way just to test whether or not you can actually pass and accomplish the challenge prior to risking your own money. Now, just before we start our new project, guys, what we can see here is we have a list of recommended scenarios. Now, what this is periods of time of high market volatility where you can test your strategy again to see if it will work and cope against these periods of time. So we have things such as the Brexit referendum, we have COVID-19. So as we can see, there's a big list here, guys. So it's also another thing that you can test your strategy out against these high periods of market volatility. Forex Tester Online have made backtesting simple and enjoyable. So now I'm about to show you how you can do your own effective backtesting using Forex Tester Online. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and click on new project, and there are hundreds of different assets you can trade. There is everything from commodities, there is obviously currency pairs, there's majors, crosses, exotics. You've also got your metals, you've also got your cryptos. There is many different assets you can trade. But what we're going to do is we're just going to search just to make things a little bit quicker here. I'm going to search XAU USD. Gold is what I'll be testing for this particular session. I'm going to call the project M30 IC entry. So interruption candle entry. That is what we're going to be testing for this particular session. And we're going to start it from closer to the current date. Let's start from around just after COVID, from 2023, from May 2023, and we'll start it from that Monday. The end date, we won't bother with that. We'll just use the current day as the end date. Select time zone. Probably best to just use the particular time zone you're you're situated in. For me, I'm actually +7. But what we're going to do here, we're going to stick to UTC time. So obviously London time, UTC +0, session close time. Not going to bother with that. Don't really need to adjust any of this. We'll just change the bar time format to UTC as well. Leverage is 1 to 100. We can adjust that to whatever you prefer. Generally speaking, for most parties, 1 to 100 for most brokers. If you are under ASIC regulations, which I am in Australia, we're looking at 1 to 30. But for the sake of this particular session, we'll go with 1 to 100. And let's create project. All right, guys. So we'll now create our project. So we'll click on play here, and it'll bring up obviously our trading view screen once it loads. All right, so here we've got it. This is the gold chart. Now we're on the 15-minute time frame. Obviously, we're going to change it across to the 30-minute time frame, and that is the particular time frame we're going to be focused on for this particular session. Just to briefly explain what we're going to be testing in this particular simulation session, guys, we are testing once again the M30 IC interruption candle entry. So what that looks like is, I'm just going to draw it up for you here. So the interruption is generally speaking is a pause within price action after an initial impulse, which is once again followed by another impulse / engulfing candle, which gives us our indication that we're ready to take our entry based on the interruption candle play. So I'm quickly just going to draw it up for you, where it be to the upside or downside. In a downtrend, this is what it's going to look like. So we've got the impulse down, strong bearish candle. It could be multiple candles, doesn't have to be just one candle. Got a pause candle, and this is generally speaking one pause candle. So candle closing the opposite direction, it's a weak candle, can be a bit stronger, but so long as it's then followed by another impulse in continuation of the actual trend to the downside. Now, for it to be valid, the interruption entry here, it needs to close a minimum of 10 pips below the lowest point of that previous pause / bullish candle. Now, once we have that confirmation, guys, the next step is to place a sell limit order back at the low of that bullish candle in anticipation that price will pull back, tap into that point and reject, and continue to move in line with the actual structure and trend itself. Now, stop loss, generally speaking, is going to be above the interruption candle itself. From what we're seeing, what we've tested within the group on different time frames, I've not yet tested it so much on the 30, so that's what we're going to be doing in this particular session. Price tends to pull back towards the low of the pause candle and then reject. So generally speaking, what we do, the rules for this particular entry is once it begins to flip back bearish, at that point we get ourselves to break even. At that point we can even start to consider securing some minor profit. Generally speaking though, I usually try to hold off until at least breaks the low. And what we also need to have is we need to ensure that we do have some clean traffic to the left. So we do have obviously a clean range and a clear target to the left hand side and enough margin for that particular target. All right guys, so we're going to test out this IC entry. During a time today, I would generally speaking be on the charts. I would suggest you guys do the same if you want to test this out in your own time. So for me, I would generally be on the charts, but early into Asian sessions. So I'm going to plot the Asian session range and also pre-London into London Open, the first maybe hour or two into London Open. So what we're going to do is we come over here. First of all, I'm going to remove the drawings. We're now going to come over to our indicators list, guys. And as we can see, we've got all the same indicators that you would find on TradingView. But one unique feature which makes Forex Tester Online stand out above its competitors is the fact that you can upload your own custom indicator, guys. So if there's something that you've been testing out or wanting to test out, something that you have put together yourself, you can upload that to Forex Tester Online, test it out over a given period of time to determine whether or not that edge could work for you. But from our indicators list, guys, we're now going to hover over adaptive and we're going to click on trading sessions. What we're going to do is we're going to adjust this to the times of day we would be on the chart. So I'm going to click on the Asian session and the London session. I'm going to deselect the New York session because for the most part I'm not going to be on the chart for that particular time of day. We're going to click apply, and now we can see we've got those two particular sessions highlighted on our chart. So we're now going to begin with our simulation, guys. I'm going to start testing out the IC entry on the M30 time frame here. Now the good thing is with Forex Tester Online, we can obviously cut through the time, so we don't necessarily have to watch each candle print. But if you really wanted to do so, you really could not get a more realistic simulator, guys. You could literally print tick tick for tick every little bit of data printed within any candle on any given time frame in real time, or you can just adjust the speed accordingly here. For the sake of this particular session, guys, we're going to cut through the time, so we're going to click on bar forward until we have a valid setup. So remembering the rules for the IC entry. Now just going to continue printing until we have a valid entry, and what we can see is here we've got obviously an impulse, we've got a pause, and we've got continuation. So in accordance to the rules of the interruption entry, we need to determine whether or not the closure is more than 10 pips below. As we can see here, we have a closure of more than 16 pips below, therefore we have a valid entry. Obviously here we are at a support, but let's just see, have we tapped into that actual support or not? If we've done so, the trade is invalid. If not, we still may have a particular entry here. So let's have a look, and we're using a horizontal tool. We can see we've not actually technically tapped into that level, so therefore in my opinion the trade is still valid. We still will have enough margin to target from the entry point at the low of this bullish candle back down to the support. So we have determined we've got our first valid entry, guys, so we can now set a pending order. Quickest way to do that is to bring up the reward to risk sell position tool. Now you could press the hotkey Alt S and that will bring it up straight away for you, so you can just drag it to the low of that bullish candle. Let's just drag it across to the actual candle itself. Stop loss will be above the high and your target will be back at the support which price is not tapped into. That will bring up your risk to reward, so it's a 1 to 1.77, so you got a positive risk to reward. Now the next thing we can do is right click and you can just simply press open limit order position. So as we can see, we have the parameters automatically set for us. The only thing that I would like to mention here, guys, is that you may need to change the percentage risk. So for me, for this particular simulation session, I want to be risking 1% per trade, and that will automatically adjust your lot size. As soon as we've done that, simply all we need to do is place order, and we can see here the order has been placed. If we now come across to our pending order position, we can see we have our pending sell limit order. But to speed up the process of this simulation, we're going to go to order close, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to hover over the entry, and we're going to right click on that, and we're going to go to order close. And as we can see, we've taken a win on our first entry here. We can see in our journal, we've got a profit there of $170.68. So let's move on and try to find another, maybe 2 trades. Once again, click through and we can click on go to London session. We've had the best part of the Asian session already print, so we're just going to click on go to London. We'll go to London open in this particular case, and we'll see if we have any valid entries. We can see, yeah, not quite, didn't quite close by the looks of things below the 10 pip mark just by eyeballing it. No, not quite. So we don't have a valid entry just yet. So once again, I'm not going to bore you. We can just fast forward and skip through to the next potential entry. And as you can see, guys, we've now found another valid entry, and this time to the upside. So same as to the downside, what we've had here is we've had the initial impulse followed by the pause, the one bearish candle, only to be eventually engulfed. So it closed well and truly above that 10 pip mark there of that pause candle. So what we next need to do is set up our pending order. So what we can do in this case is press Alt B to bring up the risk to reward to the upside. And we're going to click on that bearish candle high. We're just going to drag this across, and we're going to obviously adjust the stop loss to the low of that bearish candle, and we're going to target the high of this particular bullish candle. And now we're going to once again right click on the actual reward to risk tool and open limit order position. So once again, what we need to do is have a look at the actual percentage risk and just adjust that according to what you want to risk for the trade, and click on place order. As with the previous sell position, guys, we are going to fast track things. So what we're going to do is go to the order execution. So we're going to hover over the entry, right click on it, and go to order execution. As we can see, in our open positions tab, we are now being triggered into that buy limit order. And as per the other trade as well, what we can do is we're going to go to the order close. So once again, right click, go to order close, and we can see we've actually been taken out in a loss this time. So order has been closed. Go to our journal, we can see we took a loss of $101.07 on that trade. Time to find our next entry, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to go on to our next session here. We're going to click on go to, and we're going to go to the Asian session open. That brings us obviously to the open. I'm going to fast forward until we can find our next entry. As we can see, guys, finally found another valid entry towards the end of the London session. So I've brought up the reward to risk buy tool, and once again, what we do is right click, open limit order, and that will automatically be set in accordance to the actual table here on the reward to risk tool. Just remember, adjust your risk if you need be, so adjust that to 1%, and let's just target a psychological round number, that 2030 level for this particular entry, and it gives us a 1.38 return potentially. And then we click open position, and we have now our pending order set. As per the previous guys, we're going to go to the order execution, so we're going to hover over the entry and we're going to right click and go to order execution. As we can see, in this particular instance, we've been triggered into late into NY session, so normally I would not have executed upon this trade, or I would have removed the order prior to switching off for today. But for the sake of this session, we're going to roll with it. So what I want to do is I'm going to play this, I'm going to play in double speed, guys. Obviously you can adjust it to whatever speed you want, but I want to show you a few cool features here. If you were to now pop down to our open position tab here and right click on our open position, there is many different things you can do here. You can choose to close your order, whether it be in a profit or loss. You can choose the partial close. You can choose exactly how much of it you'd like to close, from 10 to up to 100%. Or obviously other options, you can move stop loss to break even, or you can just simply modify the order. So once again, all you do is come down into the open positions tab down below, you right click, and there you've got your different options. So to speed things up, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the order close. So once again, we're going to click on our right click on our open position here, and we're going to go to order close, and we can see we're taking a win on this third trade. So if we go to our journal down below here, we can see we've secured a profit of $139.03 on this latest position. Now, when it comes to proper back testing, guys, you want to gather at least a sample set around 50 trades. But for the sake of this simulation session, I can't find 50 trades in a short enough period of time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a really cool feature which Forex Tester Online has inbuilt into the platform. So if you click on analytics here, what it does is brings up different points that it suggests that you may need to improve and what your strengths are as well. So here it's saying that consider increasing lot size to reach 1% per trade. So I may have forgotten once or twice to adjust the actual risk for the trade. It also is suggesting to try managing trades to achieve a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So that would obviously benefit in regards to our potential return. Also listing our strengths, so our daily loss limit and analysis, trading session analysis is good. Consecutive winners obviously was good. Revenge trades, we didn't revenge trade or anything like that. We just followed the actual strategy and plan. Trading during news events, we've avoided that, so on and so forth. So you can see it's telling us a lot about our particular strategy and how we could potentially improve it. You know, the more trades you take, the more it will make suggestions for you. We can see, guys, the in-depth analytics that Forex Tester Online goes into. It's got our performance analysis, tells us obviously how many trades we took, whether it was short and long, what the percentage win rate was short and long, and also the profitability of those positions. We also got the risk and performance metrics here, a very in-depth analysis of our trading, and obviously our trading activity calendar. Guys, thanks for sticking around. But before I wrap things up, I want to show you the last few really cool unique features which in my opinion puts Forex Tester above its competitors. So we're going to click on strategies here, and what we can see is we can upload, guys, we can upload our own bot. You can upload a semi-automated or fully automated bot. So the semi-automated bot is kind of like an indicator. It will tell you when your entry is valid for you to manually execute upon the trade and manage the trade. Obviously the fully automated bot is fully automated, so that will run by itself for you. So you can test that out over a given period of time to determine once again if that is something that could be a benefit for you. So this really, in my opinion, stands out above any other backtesting simulation software on the market. To me, it's a no-brainer. It makes perfect sense to test out your strategy, your automated bot, before risking live funds, guys. One last thing, guys. So if we click on the Forex Tester Online logo, this is a really cool feature, something they've just recently implemented. Click on the trades import tab. What you can do is you can drop in your CSV file from your live broker into this Dropbox, and it will analyze your live trade performance as per the sim, as we saw with the data analytics. This is a really cool, unique feature. So it'll obviously help you to suggest where you could potentially improve and what your strengths already are. So that to me is just another reason why Forex Tester Online stands out above its competitors. I do highly recommend Forex Tester Online, guys, and it's a special thank you to my loyal members, subscribers, followers. We do have a special discount code which I will pin in the description below. Guys, thank you for watching the video. I will be be running a live sim session using Forex Tester Online shortly. Keep an eye out, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video and on our live stream. Cheers guys, bye for now.